Right. And now moving on to our next speaker. Haydee Jaldon is a Cebu native financial literacy advocate. A registered financial planner, she has helped secure a significant number of lives, which made her a multi awardee and a member of the Million Dollar Roundtable. As a leader, Heidi is a Gamma International Frontline awardee and has developed and mentored starting financial advisors as AIA Philippines unit manager. She is also a successful life insurance industry leader, serving as the life underwriters of the Philippines Cebu chapter president from 2020 until 2021. In addition, she is the founder and CEO of a financial firm called HL Phoenix Financials and is currently the general manager of Cebu Health Spec Medical Diagnostic and Dental Clinic. To add more to her already impressive roles, she also she's also one of the hosts of Money and More on the new channel. And despite her busy schedule, she also does Heidi's Kitchen, where she serves super sarap turbo broiled lechon belly and special sweet and spicy bagoong. Ever wonder how single parents get through with their lives? Let us all listen to Heidi on how she's mending the shattered pieces, a widow's journey. Streaming live from Metro Cebu, Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, Heidi Haldon.
Hello, Ange. Thank you so much for that very generous introduction. And kamusta po tayong lahat? Magandang hapon. Happy International Women's Month. Okay pa po ba tayo? Are we good? Okay. The ancient Greeks have a saying, life is either a comedy or a tragedy. Would you agree? In our lifetime, we will experience great happiness and great sadness. This can happen either by our own making, by a twist of fate, or by accident. Certainly, this has happened in my life. Growing up, I'm so used to a very simple life. Born eldest to siblings of five, my father was a military man, while my mother was a housewife. They were very young parents then with five children, and it was very, very challenging for them. We've had situations wherein we just have to sleep off our dinner para makalimutan na yung hunger. Life was hard, but amazingly, my parents was able to pull it off. The hardships and challenges that we have experienced serve as my motivation. I told myself that I will never, ever settle down at a young age. Little by little, we were able to experience comfort when I and my two other siblings were already working. And yes, I got married at age 30 to my first and only boyfriend of 8 years in 2000. We were blessed with an adorable child a year after. Like any other newlyweds, we had big dreams for our family. The usual, sending our child to a good school, being able to travel outside the Philippines, build our own house, and have sufficient funds to enjoy retirement. We are a simple, happy, and content family. Until April of 2008, my husband was diagnosed of kidney failure. All of a sudden, our lives were shattered. He had to undergo hemodialysis 3 times a week, spending at least 10,000 per session for a procedure, including doctor's PF, the epoetin beta injections, not to mention the maintenance medicines that he has to take and the times that he had to go in and out the hospital. My husband, Ike Lumaino, an architecture board top-notcher, a very promising architect during his time, was jobless and was suffering from critical illness. Life then became so hard. I had to juggle in my plate a lot of things at an instant. Became the breadwinner of the family, the housekeeper with all the errands, driver, tutor, and the hardest part is maintaining that positivity to be able to give that emotional support to my husband, making sure that he stays and feels optimistic despite his health condition. But deep inside, in reality, you are already broken into pieces. You know that feeling that even if you're already drained physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially, still you have to project a strong persona to give your ailing husband an assurance that everything is still okay despite of. This went through for the next 2 years until my husband has peacefully joined our Creator in August of 2010. His passing was another emotional battle. I was in denial. I was in depression. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to see people. I was just so lucky that my family was able to support me financially, especially my brother June and my sister Hazel. It's just that I don't know how and where to start picking up the broken me. It's just like everything has stopped. Until one day, in one of my alone moments, my husband's last words vividly flashed back. I remember him saying, "You know, I'm okay if you'll find someone else in the future. Just promise me that you'll give our son a good and comfortable life." Upon remembering that, I cried to hell. I then talked to myself and made a decision to move on and start living again. It wasn't easy because I have not forgotten the loss. I was still grieving. I was dealing with pain. Moving on and the responsibilities of being a single parent cannot just blend at that time. I focused more on work, made nights into days to keep myself busy so that when I get home, I'll be dead tired and just go directly to sleep. Work as a financial advisor was my coping up mechanism. I was and still am very passionate about it because I get to meet people and hear their stories, help them prepare, secure their family life goals. My coping mechanism has led me to excel in the industry that I am in. I was able to achieve my career goals, made it, and qualified to the $1 million roundtable, and be among the General Agency Managers International Frontline Awardee. These are the prestigious award giving bodies in the life insurance business. Little did I know that this now translates to fulfilling the promise to my late husband, giving my son a comfortable life. Proudly, I was able to achieve some of the family dream goals that we had: buying a house, traveling abroad, and sending our son to a decent school. The journey where I am now was not smooth sailing, but the roughness didn't hinder the goal of reaching my destination. It is really true that the Lord never forsakes widows. He has blessed me much more than what I deserve, and has even blessed me with a person who loved me and my son unconditionally. Yes, 3 years after my husband's passing, I found a new love, Sunny. Opo, nagka-love life din po ako. This was unexpected. I never imagined to be in a relationship again. But I believe that Sunny was God sent. He was there for me as I battle my widow life's trials and challenges. I started to live life and love again. Everything's everything seemed to be perfect until COVID, pandemic, lockdown, and life uncertainties came. These were another big battles to conquer. Income was unstable, savings were depleted, anxiety and mental issues kicked in. It puts me into a situation that I don't even understand. I prayed hard for guidance and fought the battle, which led to the birth of Heidi's Kitchen in June of 2020. I had to monetize my love for cooking to survive. My baby products were the turbo broiled lechon belly, sweet and spicy bagoong, and pickled mangoes. It did good to me financially. Then another offer came, co-hosting TNC Money and More. This was surreal. Never in my whole life did I see myself hosting a show in a live stream. This show really helped me mentally. I was able, or we were able to continue our advocacy of spreading financial literacy through a different platform. I couldn't thank Apple and Erwin Manansali enough for the trust in considering us for this show. TNC, Money and More was instrumental for speaking engagement invitations in the private and Cebu and government sectors, and even national. And in the second half of 2021, I had Cebu Health Spec Medical Diagnostic and Dental Clinic. This was offered to me by a good friend. What? Medical field? Seriously? Yes, you're right. When this was offered to me by my good friends, Captain Emerico Hepelano and Mom Emma Hepelano, I initially declined because it is way far from the industries that I am in. It took me weeks to finally accept it. What made me accept it is the vision of bringing affordable and reliable diagnostic procedures. Because presently, those in the provinces will take them 2 to 5 hours to get a good diagnostic center. Today, as I speak to you, shattered pieces are mending. Yes, things are still uncertain. The pandemic and recently the war crisis, these are temporary. What's not temporary is the grit, determination, the ambition that I have right now. Living life again with my son and wife to my then boyfriend of 8 years, Sunny Haldon. I hope you out there or viewers out there, I was able to inspire you with my story today, most especially to all the widows and single parents out there. Hats off to you. Always remember that no matter how hard our past is, we can always decide to begin again. Thank you, Global Women's Who Rule 2022. Thank you, TNC. Thank you, Miss Appleman and Sala, for this once in a lifetime opportunity. Let's keep going. Let's continue to rule. This has been Mrs. Haydee Jaldon speaking in front of you. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. God bless.